I know Sudeep is not wanting to take too many trades, but we'll still try and figure out the views on some stocks from an intraday perspective, if you will. I think it might become more difficult to take positional trades, 3-4 days trades, because you don't know what's happening in the ensuing day. So people might not have the guts really in a very short term to take those kind of trades. But we'll ask Sudeep about that. Here's how the markets are starting this Wednesday morning, a day after the election verdict. In the green, yes. How much is the question? About 1% for now. Staying aloft. Yes, about 1%, so about 200 points. Or maybe cooling off a little bit, actually, quickly. About a third of a percent now. The Nifty Bank staying okay, about 0.86%. Wonder if IT and mid caps are also holding out, about 1% for the mid cap index. And the small cap index will come up on your screen as well. Had a brutal beat in some of these. Nifty IT 2.66%. So very quickly, we've cooled off from the highs of the day at the very least. Let's see if we hold on. I think keep an eye out on this number almost every single minute. Let's get the heat map up on the screen and see what stocks are moving and what are not. So clear bent towards oil and gas and defensive. So HUL, another 4% today. That's a really sharp up move there. And then Tata Steel, global commodities coming to the fore. Adani Port shows a bit of a bounce back after the battering yesterday, but oil and gas, ONGC, BPCL right there. M&M takes a bit of an uptick. We had Matt Orton coming and talking about how M&M has spoken all the right numbers to them in the conferences, at the BOFA conference apparently. Asian Paints bounces back again because of the crude downtick, I would presume. So a lot of crude beneficiaries and defensives out there in the fray this morning. What's losing out? No surprise, Hindalco down 5%, Novelis IPO postponed. So after the 6% downtick yesterday, another 4%. So cumulatively 2 days, about 10% loss for a Hindalco. L&T continues to grind a bit lower. Otherwise, no notable losers. Actually, now the index has come back as well. So not a bad start, you would have to say, considering the kind of gash that we had yesterday. Net, if you look at it over a 3-day period, we've lost a little. From the levels that we started off, let's say 22,500, we went to 23,300 or thereabouts. We're back about 400 points. That's okay.
So you mean if you sort of cancel out Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah.
If Monday and Tuesday could cancel out each other, if you could just skip those 2 days, and come back to it, you're doing relatively okay. One of the reasons is likely, like we spoke about this morning, that now you have clarity, you have a Modi 3.0, you have a mandate, and you have basically what the street expected, maybe with a bit of tweaks here and there. I just want to see what the broader markets are doing this morning. And frankly, it's not as bad as could have been. So about 1% up on the mid cap. We'll pull up the small cap index as well, over 1% up. What is working this morning? And you might see, some repeats there, but definitely in terms of hopes for a rebound in the PSU space, I want to pull up REC, PFC, because these stocks at one point were 25% down yesterday. Not that they're rebounding massively, but they are in the green today after those, pushes. Vodafone, ONGC, SAIL are some others that I would put in that category. ONGC and RIL, though, also got the CLSA boost, which has looked at them as top picks, but all of them doing well. I don't know if you can quickly pull up an Indus Towers, because Vodafone and Indus Towers both hand in hand. And remember, all of your telecom stocks have been moving on the hopes of a tariff rise. Is that still in place? It seems like it could be 1.5% up. Consumption focus, and Dabur is one I wanted to see, because Dabur was a complete star yesterday when everything else was doing very badly. So Dabur also, after a 6% gain yesterday, 3% up today as well. Let's look at some of the oil and gas back this morning. HPCL, BPCL, ONGC. Crude prices are down 3%. Not great for ONGC, but doing okay. So there you have a spot of green as well. Just want to pick up Angel One for a news flow. They've given their business updates, which are pretty good for the month. Remember, after a couple of days of all of this frenzy, you're going to get back to the bread and butter of what we watch for companies. And Angel One's monthly business updates are decent, 4.5% on that stock. And at least that's one spot of a stock reacting to news. Samina, you'll have more of those over the day as those concerns over policy continuity ease.
Yeah, it is the calm after the storm, right?